Welcome to Gail's Garden Herbs and More. Okay, I got a bunch of stuff going. Don't mind my jars here. I'm double tincturing these. This is my rose tincture. I strained it all and put a new fresh rose, and then as roses come, I'm just going to keep adding rose petals to it and make it really strong. I did the same with my self-heal. I actually had some fresh plant that I did, and then I strained it, and I had some dried self-heal, so I put that same medium that I drained the plant material from, and I put that back in it again. It's called double tincturing, and I did it with my echinacea. I've got some fresh flowers, and as I get more, I will add it in there, and it makes the tinctures a little stronger. I like to leave them out here when they're fresh and new, because every day or whenever I walk through here, I will get my wooden fork or something and push all that material underneath the water. And eventually it gets where the material gets heavy and sinks to the bottom. Like that's what this one did. I had it more ground up on the fresh stuff, and it was all like way down. Right now it's floating way at the top. But my rose petals were so full that they never did go all the way to the bottom. But that's okay. I've got some fresh rose petals in the same medium going now. Okay, I'm not really here to talk about tinctures, but I kind of throw things in as what I'm doing. I'm here to talk about making my shampoo. Okay, I'd like to talk about, before I get into the plant material, what I use as my base for my shampoo. I've been using this. It's a Castile soap, and it's a cheaper version than your Dr. Bronner's or Dr. Jacobs or any of those. This is unscented. I have some peppermint that I have used, but I don't like the peppermint. Much like I don't like a vinegar wash on my hair. It makes my hair feel really soft and good. But it's kind of hard to get this camera at the right angle. Sorry about that. What happens is that if it gets in my eyes, it burns. So I quit using the vinegar. If my hair, I feel like it really needs something, I may just carefully do the ends of it just a little bit. But I really don't like it because it gets in my eyes. And the same thing, the peppermint might be a little strong. But sometimes I do put peppermint in the tea that I make that I add to my soap. So I think I've already got, no, here's some. Actually, this is spearmint that I'm going to add. But I don't think it's, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it doesn't burn my eyes like the other did. The other wasn't too bad, but the vinegar is really bad. I don't like using vinegar to rinse my hair. But this is for my shampoo. So I will use that. I have different ones. I also have this one. This is unscented as well, and the big one was unscented. I really like the unscented the best. So, yeah. And I just have a plastic bottle. Now, I did have a glass one, but it tended to get slippery in the shower and tub, whatever I'm doing. And I didn't want to break glass. I have broke one in my tub. That's no fun. And then you're almost afraid to take a bath. And did I get all the glass? I don't want to take a bath in glass. So this is just a plastic bottle. And then I think I'll get a pretty little label for it. But it's going to be in the shower. So that any paper labels will probably eventually get all messed up from the water. So I kind of hate to waste pretty labels to do that. But yet I like pretty things. So I haven't decided. I've been using this for quite a while like this. So that's what I do. And this, now, when you've been using commercial shampoo, you do not know what it does. You think it makes your hair feel really good. I quit using the commercial, even the healthy ones, the supposedly healthy ones. And it took a few washes to get apparently whatever it does to your hair out. But my hair started thickening up a little bit, which is amazing at my age. And because I'm in my 60s, so it thickened my hair up, and my hair began to feel really good. And I don't even need a conditioner anymore. my hair is just, it does really, really well with this shampoo that I make. So the conditioner, I think, and the shampoo and all that are just money-making projects. They don't want to make it too good because they want you to think you really need their product and keep using it. But yet they give you something, makes it kind of, it feels good to the touch when you use it. And if I'm out somewhere at a motel or something and I don't have my shampoo, I may use it. But otherwise at home, I just use my homemade shampoo. I love it. It takes a little while. It takes a few washings before you really start noticing the difference. But yeah, it does make a difference. Okay, now I went out and I picked, what do I do with that? Here it is. Okay, these are from that Jerusalem sage that I showed you, the plant from Mars, because it looks so strange when it's blossoming. But it is a type of a sage, so this will be a new one. I'm going to try some of the leaves of that. And then I've got my other sage that I always use. I've got the peppermint that I showed you, a little bit of lemon thyme. I've got some lavender and rosemary. So what I'm doing now is I'm just cutting it up, and I had some water warm up. I don't want it boiling or anything. I just want it, and it got too hot because I was busy. So let me see if I can rearrange this camera. Well, maybe that'll be better. Although you really can't see what I'm doing. What I'm doing, I'll just have to hold it up, I guess, for you. I have a bowl, and I have my plant material in here, and I'm just snipping it off in chunks. Really don't like this because I want you to see what I'm doing. So it's more important you see what I'm doing than me. Okay, we'll try this again. You still can't see it anyway, unless there was some way I could get it up way high. And this particular camera is made more for distance, I think, than up close work. Maybe I need to get another one for up close work. But what I am doing is just cutting this all up in my bowl. So I'm going maybe 1-inch pieces, see, about like that. I'm just not measuring it. It doesn't matter. I'm just kind of getting it cut up. You get more plant surface and fits in the jar better and all of that. So I'm going to go ahead and get this all cut up, and then I'll show you what's next. I just have to say, as I'm cutting these herbs up, they taste wonderful. Really, really good. Taste. Did I say taste? They smell. They probably taste wonderful too, but they do in a lot of things. But they smell, it's just such a fresh, wonderful smell. Oh, I don't even know how to explain it to you. It makes your senses feel like they're alive, and it's fresh. It's just refreshing. It all smells so good. While I'm doing this, I'll talk with you a bit. I have noticed in my garden a change. Okay, so it is August 9th today that I'm making the video. I'm not sure when I'll get it up. But my plants really weren't doing anything. I wasn't getting many tomatoes. Now, I'm starting to get a few little tomatoes. Not much at all, but this year is just not one of those years for tomatoes. But I'm noticing new growth. Like on my rosemary just seems stunted. My lavender seems stunted after I cut the initial big bush earlier this year. It usually grows right back, and it is giving me more buds, but it just didn't grow right back. Well, now I'm seeing some new growth starting to come out. My rosemary is just all of a sudden in the last week or two just zoom, shot up with new growth on it. So, and the rattlesnake beans I planted, some of them are actually starting to come up. It took them a while. My pink beans just didn't come up yet. But then my kale took 5 months to grow from planting them. And I planted, let's see, how did I do that? I planted the seeds and replanted the little things, and I planted some seeds in there too. But either way, it didn't matter. The little plants didn't grow. The seeds just broke the ground and sat there for 5 months. Now they're taking off. I've never Of course, I haven't been a real avid gardener. I mean, I garden on and off through the years, but herbs are more my focus and just main gardening. But still, I love my garden too, and my getting my veggies and fruits and all of that's really awesome. But I've never noticed my plants waiting so long before to grow. It's very, very, very strange. I really can't put my finger on what it is. But I'd be curious to know if any of you are having anything like that with your plants this year or anything different. I know some of the weather has been different, and that may affect some people's gardens. But we still have the hot weather. Since the 1st of May, we've been running in the hundreds most of the time. And we're still in the hundreds, so why now are my plants starting to take off? Are they just getting used to acclimatizing themselves to the heat? I don't know. So I'm kind of looking up here. I look funny, looking to the side. The way my camera is angled, I really don't like it too well. This is my latest one. I can't seem to find a camera stand that lasts very long. My first one did pretty good. I really liked it, but I couldn't find another one like it for sale anymore. So then I got my last one, which about 2 or 3 times of use, and it was broke. I used it half broke for a couple times, and it just was no good. It just completely fell apart. So I got ripped off on that one. This one, I like it so far. I've been using it a little while. But it's just a taller, I can't get down for, like on the counter and stuff like that. I really wished I had a smaller little stand for counter use, and maybe one of these days I'll run across that. A little tight right now to buy anything extra, but one of these days when I can, I'd like to get something more for the counter. So that you can see more what I'm doing. I'm still just clipping away at these veggies. I should say herbs. They're a veggie too, but they're herbs. You know, it takes time to go pick and clean and cut up and put stuff together, but my goodness, I enjoy cutting this up because the smell is, it's so good. It's even cleaning my sinuses. I mean, it's just like, and it's fresh and invigorating and just encouraging. Okay, now, I don't know why this is, it's one of those days. I'm not a technology person, I guess. This is quite a bit, actually. I get carried away when I'm out there cutting my herbs because, well, this is a good-sized bottle. I'm really not sure. Let's see. It's a 32-ounce bottle. So it was actually, as you can see, a spray bottle, but I'm using it for my shampoo. Oh, this just smells so good. Anyway, what I'm going to do is pour my between warm and hot water over it and let it set for a while. Maybe, just depends, 10, 15, 20 minutes. Probably by 10 minutes you should have most of this good stuff extracted out of your plant material. Then, okay, so after I strain off my liquid and it'll be like a real strong herbal tea, and then I'm going to add a little colloidal silver with it to preserve it in my bottle so it doesn't mold or go bad on me, because I don't use that much. I mean, it takes a few months for me to get through this, so I don't want to be pouring rotten stuff on my head. I'm not going to consume it, but it is going to be on my head. So the colloidal silver will preserve it. I don't really like using alcohol to preserve it because alcohol is very drying, and my hair tends to be somewhat dry and fly away anyway. So this way it won't be so drying on my hair. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to mix my my Castile soap. I will probably have, I don't know, it'll depend how much tea that I get.
I may do half a bottle of tea and almost another half of the Castile soap. I like a good strong soapy soap. Now, it doesn't suds up as much as your regular shampoo, but if you use enough of the Castile soap, it does suds more, and I like a little bit of suds. It's just up to you as to experiment with it. See what you like. Once you get used to it, you don't miss the suds as much, but I do like a little bit of suds and to kind of suds around on my head so I know where I've got my shampoo if it's gotten all around my head. And but you need to experiment and see what you like with it. So I don't use both. I was just showing you I get different brands, whatever I can find on sale or whatever. As long as it's Castile soap, you can get on eBay and just type in Castile soaps and it'll bring up different brands. But now, gosh, a long time ago, I got one I didn't care for at all. I don't remember. But most of the time, you don't have any. They've been all fine. They're all Castile soaps. So I don't have any particular brand. I have a Dr. Bronner's too. So it's just whatever I get a hold of at the time and what I have available when I make my shampoo. But right now I'm going to go ahead and make it's like making a tea, my extraction, and then I'll go from there. Can you see the steam rising up? I think I made way more than I should. I was going to put it in my half-gallon jar, and I thought, why? I don't need to dirty that up. This can take hot water. That's a little hotter water than I wanted, but it'll extract a little different things. If you extract with cold water, it'll sometimes pull out things of hot water you don't get. And then with the hot water, you get some that you don't get with the cold water. But like I said, I'm not going to be drinking this. I doubt if it would taste very good. It'd be pretty strong. So it's just to make my shampoo with. I'm going to let this set for probably about 10-15 minutes. Maybe stir it every few minutes if I walk by or whatever, and let it get a good. It's hot. I'll have to use a spoon. Like I said, it got a little hotter than I wanted, but that's okay. It'll work. I just kind of go with the flow. And like I said, I got kind of carried away and probably made way more than I needed. Not sure what I'll do with the rest. If I can't find anything, I'll maybe pour it on some of my potted plants and give them some extra nutrition. So anyway, okay, so I gave in. I went ahead and made a pretty little label for it. I did have one on my glass jar too, but yeah, it does look a lot better with a label. But I'm going to go ahead and wait till my tea is done, and I'm going to strain that, let it cool, put it in here with some water. And no, I don't think I'm going to use any water. I've got enough water. That's what the tea is. I'm going to put my Castile soap and then my tea. I call it a tea. It's just an extraction because I'm not going to drink it. And that will be my shampoo. And it's wonderful. How much shampoo do you use? It's however much you want and how strong your batch is that you made too. I use quite a bit because I like it to get lathered up a little bit because it doesn't lather as easy as regular shampoo. So I use quite a bit. I pour a bunch in my hand in the back and in each front and each side and the front. And I just like try to get it lathered up a bit and wash it good. So that's my shampoo. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think and give me a thumbs up if you would. And I will catch you all later. Bye-bye. Here's my end of the video tip. And you're actually going to get 2 tips. Anyway, when you're making your extractions, always keep them, while you're waiting, keep them covered with something. It helps hold the essentially volatile oils in there from escaping, so you'll have that. Whether it's you're making shampoo or you're making it to drink or whatever, it's always good to keep it covered. The other thing is, the particular herbs that I use, some of them are really good for dark hair because I have dark hair. If you're a blonde or something, you may not want the rosemary and sage as much. Probably lavender and maybe others would be good for you. But I haven't really researched for blondes since I don't make my shampoo for a blonde. So mine's for a brunette, and the darker herbs will help. It just works better with the darker colored hair. Anyway, I will give you your final adieu, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.